Alright, y'all, so a lot of talk about in this video. There's a whole lot of moving parts going on. First off, Sean Strickland just beats the absolute snot out of a streamer named Sneako, who for some reason thought it was a good idea to get locked in a cage with one of the best middleweight fighters in the world. And then Jake Paul sees this, does not like it at all, and calls Sean Strickland out. So in this video, we're gonna go over all of what the hell just happened.
There's this moment you're realizing, there you go, that you cannot hurt me. No way, it's coming. You're a very tough influencer. Is it set in yet that you're about to get hurt? No, you're good, bro. In your brain, halfway. Did you think this is how I was gonna go? Here you go. So, put down.
And just in case you want to see it from another angle,
Jesus. You still good. That's nice. You didn't fall down, Sneako.
what was the upside for Sneako doing this? Was it like for the views or something? Or does his fan base just like seeing him get his ass whooped and lose a few brain cells? And I know, some of you out there, before you say, look, Sean Strickland is an asshole, why did he beat on Sneako like that? You know, you should take it easy on a guy who you know you could easily beat up, who doesn't have nearly as much experience fighting or in the ring as you. But if you're thinking like that, it's probably because you've never been in an actual fight type MMA gym or boxing gym where there's real fighters in these gyms. There are fighters who have something that we call restraint, and there's fighters who definitely do not have restraint, or in other words, they don't know how to hold back. And I know this personally with my own brother, my older brother, who is an MMA fighter, which by the way has a fight coming up on March 16th. Growing up in the gym, he was like one of those guys. He very much lacked restraint. In kickboxing and jiu-jitsu, they would not be able to put him up against kids his age and his size because, you know, like I said, he lacked constraint. So he would just absolutely beat them down and hurt them, and he would make these kids cry. Because of this, they would have to put him up against, you know, much higher level kids, you know, 3, 4, 5 years older than him and twice as big as him, because he severely lacked restraint. And if you go to a gym where there's a lot of fighters, a lot of competitors, they're everywhere. There's people like this everywhere. You will find out very quickly. There is some guys where if you're just starting out and you're trying to learn, you can go spar with them. They'll go easy on you. They'll teach you some things. They won't hit you very hard. But then you go with this other guy who would just beat the shit out of you and doesn't care that it's your first fucking day in the gym, because they don't care at all. And they just don't know how to hold back. And if you watch any of Sean Strickland's sparring sessions, you know, we all know Sean Strickland is one of those guys. So to have, you know, very little to no experience, you know, I'll give it to Sneako. He's got balls for being willing to get locked up in a cage with someone like this. But of course, you know, he probably didn't really know or understand what I just explained to you guys, that, you know, that there's fighters that aren't going to hold back on you no matter who you are. And plus, you know, with someone like Sean Strickland, if you say, I want to get in the ring with you and I want to spar with you, he's going to take that personally and he's going to beat your ass on purpose, because he's like, look, you have no business being in here with me. So now I'm going to really beat your ass to show you. And that's just how it goes. It's in every gym. But to get back on topic, Jake Paul saw this video. He did not like it. He tweets out, Sean Strickland, you're embarrassing for trying to stop Sneako like that. You weren't even able to drop someone with no experience while going all out. You're a horrid boxer that only picks on inexperienced people. But hold on a second, because Jake, didn't you pretty much do this same exact thing before? I'll fly you to Puerto Rico and we can fight on camera. If you win, I'll give you $1 million, half your net worth. But if you get dropped, you have to get better tattooed on you. DM me, but just like Patty, I'm guessing you'll find a way to run. So Sean Strickland, of course, sees this and he decides to reply back. Real talk, jokes aside, Jake Paul is an utter effing joke. You box small, retired, old MMA fighters and you sell sugar water to kids. If it were legal, I'd take your effing life while a smile on my face. Is there any place on this earth I can take this man's life and walk? Damn! And he goes even further and says, actually, Jake, I'll make you a better deal because money can't buy happiness and you have plenty of it and you're still a C word. No cameras, me and you in a desert. That would buy my happiness. No Instagram, no likes, no games, just you. That's what I want. Yo, Jake, I'm sorry, Jake. You're making a big mistake, brother. I'm sorry. I understand, right? You know, Sean Strickland is a middleweight, so he's a smaller guy. So maybe Jake thinks, you know, he can have the upper hand on him. But I'ma just say right now, you know what I mean? Jake Paul, I'm sorry, but you don't have nearly enough speed to even touch Strickland. And in my personal opinion, I don't know if you should even get in a ring with him or anything like that. Because, yeah, he might oblige with the boxing thing. But who knows? He might just throw a leg kick and completely fuck your entire shit up. He might blow your whole knee out if he so chooses to. This guy is an absolute psychopath. He is a killer. So I don't know if it's a smart move, Jake. I don't think he cares about the $1 million bet. I think he'll be very, very satisfied with getting in a ring with you and just torturing you as best as he can. And then you just say, well, I'm not giving you the millions of dollars because you decide to take me down and ground and pound me, or you decide to kick my leg into oblivion, and I don't think he cares about that. But what I will say is that Jake is smart because he says, I'll fly you out to Puerto Rico, knowing damn well Sean Strickland isn't going to fly all the way out to Puerto Rico when you can have a gym jam-packed full of your people. Like, Jake, if you really wanted to spar, you would bring your people and fly them out over to Sean Strickland's gym and spar him there. And from the looks at it, it looks like Forrest Griffin was the one that broke it up, so he's at the UFC PI. You could easily pull up there with a big team of people and try to have somewhat of a fair sparring match. But you know, you saying I'll fly you out to Puerto Rico is going to make him not want to come because it's just completely not fair and not safe for Strickland to do that. So of course he's not going to take that risk. Like, I get it, you want to stick up for your fellow influencers because you feel like, you know, what Strickland did was completely wrong. But at the end of the day, you know, Sneako was a grown-ass man. He was asking for it. All this was a literal PSA to help teach all of you guys and maybe all the other inexperienced people is that you probably shouldn't call out and want to spar a high-level athlete because there is the chance that they may lack that restraint and they could easily beat you down whenever they want to and however they want to. The second Sneako stepped foot in that cage, we all knew what was going to happen, including himself. There's no way he stepped in there thinking Sean Strickland is going to definitely take it easy on me. He's just going to pity-patty me. He's just going to touch me. He's not really going to try to bloody me up or bust me up like he does to every other person that he goes up against in the gym. Just let this be a learning experience to any of the guys out there who genuinely think that you can take on a professional trained athlete like this, someone who is literally training day in and day out to fuck you up. Do not call these people out to spar because in your eyes, yeah, it might seem like a friendly thing, but in their eyes, they might see it as something completely disrespectful and something completely different. So just don't put yourself in this situation. I don't know, I hope the brain damage was worth the views and attention Sneako is going to get from this. Feel free to let me know your thoughts about this whole situation in the comments down below. What do you think about a possible Jake Paul, Sean Strickland sparring match? As always, I thank you all so much for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.